Thank you to all of you for taking the time this afternoon to join this session. I'm only missing one element. I'm not seeing yet the full level of equality, but maybe that's a journey where this talk is going to. If you think about what's really happening at the moment, we do have a lot of males in any field of industry and any field of, executive level. The women are still a little bit rare, but maybe that's okay, because that's where we are coming from historically. And there's a lot of mood existing as well, if you really look. Some of you would say, well, some of the females are not well trained, we can't have them working underground. Others will say, well, there's not enough people in sea levels, but look today what we have in all the presentations, excellent female speakers. We also see in schools that they have STEM programs. Often girls not attend. Is that driven by the parents? Is it driven by the teachers or by the society? But then the best part really comes, and this is a story which happened to me the other day. I come home and suddenly everybody in my family stops. They thought, I'm back, so I can do the household, I can do the cooking. Why are we not doing these things together and use it also oftentimes for communication, for collaboration? And then there's another field, which is when something happens on sexual harassment, normally in the companies it is said, well, the female initiated it, that she felt harassed. But I think it's a two-way activity. And where are we? Where do we want to be? We want to be in a community where we have equality and where we have the opportunity to develop our business by joint approach. And I think we have it already. Look to the children, look to what's happening nowadays. And I really love my photograph here of my boy and girl. The boy playing the games, most likely even connected with some of his friends in Japan, learning a language. And on the other hand, the girl, unfortunately a little bit of a bias, the pink iPad, trying to learn from the man with the Harry Potter glasses. But on the other hand, if you look back, what do you see on the streets? The boys in the games, the girls on Snapchat or other, social media. Together, we really make a great team. We really build up a management team between male and female. And I believe the future strength is ours if we foster that on our children and even on our community in our own network where we are at the moment active with. But to go through that exercise, let us reflect a little bit what is really in us and what happens with people when we want to sell, when we work in our organizations, even in boardrooms. People believe in the history. People believe what worked good. So why should they change? And change is a hard task for a lot of us. But then we also have the opposite part. We have these females, as some would say, they are muddling into the society and they want to be the power people. And then you come into a place, you have females in the boardroom, and men get timid and quiet. They're getting frightened of the females. Is that really what we want? Is it not that we want, the dialogue, the communication, the move forward? I think we are still, driven and also fostered by the history. And I want that we look into the future. And the future is really happening in the way how we ourselves behave and how we drive it. And I believe, and we are here in a conference which is very much connected to digitalization. I started with digitalization about 30 years ago. 30 years ago I came the first time to Australia, and my manager with whom I should work at that time, he said to me, well, Regina, we are in a recession, so whatever you want to do at the moment, you can just learn from us what is business. But what I had with me was smart motor control centers And I believed I could put digitalization into the electrical rooms. Unfortunately, it seemed to be it wasn't the time. But you know what? It was the right time to put education to people. And we started to move into a timing that people started thinking, is there something different? And like we heard also this week, in mining, we are maybe a little bit behind, but we can learn from other industries. And it was fascinating at that time. I went onto platforms. I thought I was the first female. No, I wasn't. There was other females as well. I went into a mining place and they nearly took me out because I was wearing an overall and I had this red belt on. And they said, please put this belt off. I said, why? I'm wearing an overall, it's all safety. Yeah, but this is creating danger. This is like you're looking like a sexy person. Okay, I went off and I thought maybe not the right place for me to be, but I continued to be in the mining business. And now I see we are really coming to the level of where we want to be. We are driving the journey of digitalization together. And with that, I only want to make one point. Everything what we do, we should do with passion, with empathy, with believing in it, because it's not only about technology which we are transferring, it is also the way how we convey it and how we engage with people and how we listen to them. So if you say made by empathy brings a lot more than just only I have empathy. And this brings me then to what are we now doing? We're not selling any more products. So 30 years ago when I went into the business, that was a long time ago, I tried to sell a product, something smart. Now we are really looking into what do we have? We have our persona here. We have Maria, in this case, she's the CTO of the company and has also taken on, because she believes in it, the IO role as well. A lady out of the millennium, exactly what we are looking for, driving the next generation forward. She is very strong in analytical skills. She has developed the right technical skills as well, but she's financially minded also. So everything she wants has to be right price for value. Can we deliver it? Yes, we can deliver it by listening to our customers. This is where people engage in the journey by understanding what is her issue. My challenge is to identify technologies that will improve efficiency, reduce costs, and provide a safer operation. But where are we really? If we really look what is Maria driving, she has in her organization issues. And if you look into your own organizations, do we have already a digital strategy in place? Or do we work only on the roadmap? And as said also in the meeting this morning, if we don't have a digital strategy, we are out of the business very soon. So please, when you go home from this event, check in your place if you have a digital strategy, if you know where the journey is going. If not, please contact me. I'm happy to support you. Do we need innovations? Yes, we innovate every day. And by the way, some of you innovate even at home in the kitchen, because you're not always cooking according to the prescription or the cookbook. You sometimes tune it a little bit. Also, this is innovation. So innovation is not something special. Innovation is our daily life. Safety. I think that is my most important one, because we all want to come home safe every day, and we want to go to work safe because of our family, but also for increasing the business and creating more shareholder value. So here is another area where digitalization and safety plays together. Most important, cybersecurity. Oh, big issue. A lot of us think we have cybersecurity. And I'm going to a customer doing a presentation, and then he says, can I have this on your memory stick? I say, sorry, you're not getting any memory stick anymore because it's not cybersecurity. He thinks I'm arrogant. No, I'm safety oriented. I send it via the internet because most likely he has a firewall on which it can run. So stop here enough, because I'm thinking what all I tell you here is we are not dealing with products anymore when we work in industry. We are looking into solutions, and we are looking into what helps the customer and ourselves as the receiver to be more reliable, safer, and having a future-orientated look forward to our industry. But most important, as a customer, I want to collaborate with my supplier. I want to work together and not fighting. I want to do the journey together. And this journey is digital. And such a digital journey, that's the only moment where I talk about my company. Schneider can deliver with their EcoStructure concept, because we have an open IoT structure which allows to connect any product, any digital point together and bring it together on the top in an analytic way, so that in that way we can make decisions to make the system more reliable and sustainable. And basically that's where we all drive to. And how do we achieve that? Not only by having the best product, but really by equality. And what is equality? Equality is that, thank you that I have so many males here in the room, that you will support me that we achieve a good balance between male, female, religion, gender, experience, and just motivation, and saying it's great to be in the mining industry, because we find that in all places of our life, because we have male and female, Nana and Pop at home, mom and dad, and auntie and uncle. We have our workplace culture, and at the end, all of us want to have a good bottom line. And why do I think I need so many males at the moment to drive equality? Because industry is still driven by males. You are just more, I see that just here in the room. So together we can really achieve it by when you help to influence the culture in the organization, to make it more mixed, to set it up in the right way, and driving organizational change. And by really driving this organizational change as jumps, who of you is willing to jump up here? Because it's not small steps. We have to really be willing to take the risk, so that tomorrow somebody says, he didn't behave like yesterday. But that was because he wanted to experiment to be different. And very simply, if you can see it, there can be it. There can be it that we have females going into the industry. They start studying technical subjects, but they also start to grow up in underground mining, in open pit mining, and we start to collaborate. Here, I have to say, the Swedish and the Northern European countries, and especially the universities, were always leaders in this field. And when it is possible, we can really see it, because Schneider Electric is a company
Schneider
where
Electric is a great place to work.
people be
One
happy.
thing here is that we really live and breathe our values, and we walk the talk. So we're committed to gender diversity, we're committed to sustainability in the environment. So the things that you hear us talk about are things that we really do and believe in. Schneider Electric is a place that I'm very proud to work.
Schneider really does develop a culture of empowerment. They asked me to take this business and run with it. I was given full authority to grow my team, to make the moves that I needed, and to do an assessment of the business and its goals with what needed to be done.
I feel empowered just being involved in these projects. These are market-leading products that we're launching, and so it's exciting to be a part of that process and a part of that team.
Our ambition in terms of diversity is to have equal opportunities for everyone, everywhere, and to create an environment that is safe and that is inclusive, so people are able to perform their best.
I work in an industry that's male-dominated. All of my customers or people that I deal with on a day-to-day basis, it's mostly males. For Schneider to give an opportunity to someone like me, a very different background, it's not just about, simply a business decision or getting things done. I think Schneider is also trying to send a message. It's not a very specific demographic that is capable of doing such a job. It could be anyone. All you really need is a technical capability or interpersonal skill.
When I think about our core values at Schneider, meaningful, inclusive, and empowered, for me, I feel as though we are living and breathing those every day. There's some real strong, powerful women in leadership roles here at Schneider, and that inspires me, and I'm proud to be one of them.
And reset, I send you home. Check what level of equality you have in your organization. Make it happen. Life is on. Let's go.
Any questions for Regina?
I have one comment. So I have a technology company which started as a one-man show 17 years ago myself. And I hired typically a male for the first, 7, 8 employees. But I remember we were around 15 and I had a PhD by joining the company. And one day he came and said, "You're a real company now." At the time we were like 15 to 20. I said, "What do you mean?" So we have female members. And that actually started changing. And I think our HR manager, being also female, has often diversification. And I say I strongly rely on them. They are really good. In support, we have female members who I get some of the best responses. What you are saying
Thank
is
you for
resonating.
sharing that story. I think it's an excellent, how you say, how should I bring it best? It really makes me shiver because there was a moment where you realized that you could not continue growing if you not put a nice mix of different seeds into the organization. Thank you for doing that. And I think next time I'll take second to
Okay. Sure.
Okay.
Moises.
Glencore. I want to ask.
I went to Mount Isa last week. I was underground in George Fisher and Ernst Henry.
Good to know. Hope you enjoyed.
We did, yes.
Just wanted to ask, what do you think are the reasons for inequality in the company?
Well, there's various reasons, and some of them are quite basic. How can we have people in the age of, say, between 50 to 70 to be females in leadership? There was a time when females were only moms. So how can they be now their roles? Now, in the younger generation, we have also a new fear, and that was a discussion which I had with Chris Erickson from Roy Hill a few weeks ago. Some females think as soon as they come back after having a child, they're maybe not getting the same recognition, they maybe don't be a good mom, they start to get unnecessary guilt. Okay, I have a 17-year-old daughter by now, and I never had this feeling of guilt, because what is important is you need to spend quality time. It's not the quantity of time, but it's a time which you say, now I have my phone off, now I focus on family. And I think this is a nice moment a child remembers when it can throw mud into mom's and dad's face and say, we had a really splash on the lake. But it's not about the person when you hold. The other part is, it's a lot of bias. You employ what you know. So if you see a male you might employ for a similar role, so you do it again because you think he will deliver. Sometimes there's also the anxiety. Does a female can deliver that? Will men respect it? So I think we just have to take this curtain away and say, look to the beauties and accept that everything has some bad and some good. So yeah, it is not easy to reach it, and we have to also actively live it, walk the talk. Here I have to say, BHP is a great example. Some weeks ago, I wrote an email in the headline to my country president. I said, oh, I forgot to take my toddler today to the BHP meeting. And I think when he read this headline, he thought, she's crazy. She maybe had a moment of, drugs. No, I had just added a photo. BHP in Perth has meeting rooms where they have Lego, where they have toys, and they go even one step further. they have a caring room where you can come and bring your baby with you so that you can attend a meeting and somebody else is taking care of it. So it is reality, it is possible. But are we taking the chance to, to do it ourselves, or do we leave it far? And I felt really good to see that nobody looked strange when the dad was walking out with his child. It was the lifestyle, but we don't see that yet often enough. And I thank PHP for being such a good role model in living it so that you as a customer can really see and feel comfortable in that environment. So if I can help you in that field, I'm happy to discuss it with your HR or with your change people, whatever I have seen, whatever I feel is good practice, and especially because we in Schneider believe in that concept for our future. Any challenge from a female before I overrun the time anyhow?
Okay, thank you. Thanks, Regina. Thank you.